Welcome to Curious Mind. Throughout history, humans have always searched for answers about the meaning of life and our place in the world. One of the ways we've done this is through religion. Today we will ask question on what was the religion of our ancestors? What might the future religion in 5,000 years from now? Before we get an answer, let's understand a little bit more on timeline of religions itself. So let's take a journey back in time to explore the religious beliefs of our earliest forebears. Keep watching until the end to understand how these religions are formed, and make sure to subscribe to my channel on Curious Question. Let's dive in. Our earliest ancestors lived in small, nomadic groups, and their religious beliefs were deeply connected to the natural world around them. They worshipped the forces of nature, such as the sun, moon, and stars, and saw the spirits of animals and plants as sacred. They believed that these spirits could bring them good fortune or bring harm, and they would make offerings and perform rituals to appease them. As human societies became more complex, so did their religious beliefs. Around 10,000 years ago, the development of agriculture led to the rise of early civilizations, and with them, the emergence of more organized religions. The ancient Egyptians worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, each with their own specific roles and responsibilities. The ancient Sumerians and Babylonians had a complex system of gods and goddesses as well, and their religious beliefs were closely tied to their agricultural way of life. Our ancestors' religions were diverse and varied, but they all shared a common thread, a belief in something greater than ourselves. They sought to understand and connect with the world around them through their religious beliefs, and these beliefs helped shape their societies and cultures in ways that continue to influence us today. Now let's talk about type of religions existed and still exist. So which is oldest religion on earth and who is practicing it currently? Please continue watching, it just got started. Number 1. Animism, prehistoric. Animism is considered to be the oldest form of religion, practiced by our earliest ancestors. It is the belief in the spiritual essence of all living things, including animals, plants, and natural phenomena. Our ancestors would make offerings and perform rituals to appease the spirits of the natural world. More or like spiritual? Number 2. Shamanism, prehistoric. Shamanism is thought to have originated in Central Asia, and is still practiced by some indigenous peoples in Siberia, Alaska, Canada, and other regions around the world. Some of its key beliefs include the existence of an unseen spiritual world, the ability of shamans to travel to that world, and the power of spirits to influence human affairs. Shamanism is also often associated with animism, the belief in the spiritual essence of animals and natural objects, and it is also believed to be one of the oldest form of religion, dating back to prehistoric times. Again, like spiritual? Number 3. Sumerian religion, 4000 BC. Sumerian religion is an ancient religion that developed in the region of Sumer, which is located in the southernmost part of Mesopotamia, in what is now southern Iraq. Sumer was one of the world's first civilizations, and it is thought to have existed around 4000 BC. The Sumerians had a complex religious system that included many gods and goddesses associated with different aspects of nature and society, such as the god of the sky and the god of the river. They also believed in an afterlife and had a complex system of rituals and ceremonies to honor their gods and goddesses. The Sumerian religious texts, like the Sumerian King List and the Epic of Gilgamesh, are some of the oldest written texts in the world and give us insight into the ancient Sumerian culture and beliefs. Number 4. Hinduism, Indus Valley Civilization, around 3000 BC. Hinduism is considered to be one of the oldest major world religions, with a history that dates back thousands of years. The exact origins of Hinduism are not clear, and scholars have proposed various theories about its origins and development. Archaeological evidence suggests that this civilization had a complex religious system that involved the worship of various gods and goddesses, many of whom were associated with natural phenomena such as the sun, moon, and stars. Again, it kind of animism. It is believed that around 1500 BCE the Aryan people, who were nomadic herders, migrated to the Indian subcontinent, and introduced their own religious beliefs and practices, which were eventually absorbed into Hinduism. The oldest Hindu scripture, the Rig Veda, which is believed to be composed around this time, reflects the religious beliefs and practices of the Aryans. Hinduism, as we know it today, is the result of a long process of development and evolution, and it is difficult to establish a specific date for its origin, but it can be said that it has been around for at least 4000 years. Number 5. Jainism, India, around 600 BC. Jainism is a religion that originated in ancient India. It is one of the oldest religions in India and is estimated to have developed around 600 BC. Jainism is based on the teachings of a number of spiritual leaders, known as Tirthankaras, the most famous of which is Mahavira. Jains also have a strong tradition of monasticism and asceticism, and many Jains take vows of poverty and celibacy, and follow a strict vegetarian diet. Jainism has a strong influence in India, especially in the states of Gujarat and Rajasthan, and has a large following among the business community. Jainism has many similarities with Buddhism and also share many concepts and ideas. Both Buddhism and Jainism originated in ancient India, and both propose the concept of non-violence and non-attachment. Again, like spiritual? Let's see next one. Number 6. Buddhism, India, around 500 BC. Buddhism is a religion and philosophy that originated in ancient India around 500 BC. It is based on the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, also known as the Buddha, who was a prince from the Indian state of Nepal. He left his royal life behind to seek enlightenment and eventually attained it under the Bodhi tree. Buddhism spread rapidly across Asia, and today it is one of the most widely practiced religions in the world, with significant numbers of followers in countries such as China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, and Thailand. Number 7. Confucianism, China, around 500 BC. Confucianism is a religion, philosophy and ethical system that originated in ancient China around 500 BC. It is based on the teachings of Confucius, who was a Chinese thinker and philosopher. Confucianism is not a traditional religion in the sense that it doesn't involve worship of gods or deities, but it has had a profound influence on Chinese culture, society, and values. Confucianism has had a profound influence on Chinese culture and society and is still considered an important ethical system in China and other parts of East Asia, such as Japan, Korea, and Vietnam. It has also been adopted by many Chinese communities in other parts of the world. Can be called spiritual? Taoism, China, around 500 BC. This is new for me. Taoism, also spelled Taoism, is a Chinese philosophy, religion and way of life that originated in ancient China around 500 BC. It is based on the teachings of Lao Tzu, also spelled as Lao Tzu, who is considered the founder of Taoism. The word Tao, or Tao, means way or path and refers to the ultimate reality and the principle that governs the natural order of the universe. Number 9. Zoroastrianism, Persia, around 600 BC. Zoroastrianism is a monotheistic religion and philosophy that originated in ancient Persia, now Iran, around 600 BC. It is based on the teachings of the prophet Zoroaster, also spelled Zarathustra, who is considered the founder of the religion. Zoroaster received a vision from the god Ahura Mazda, also spelled Ormazd, and began preaching a message of moral reform and the worship of one god. Zoroastrianism was the dominant religion of Persia for many centuries and had a profound influence on the region's culture and society. However, the religion has been in decline since the Arab invasion of Persia in the 7th century, and today, the majority of Zoroastrians live in India, where they are known as Parsis. Number 10. Judaism, Israel, around 1200 BC. Judaism is a monotheistic religion that originated in the Middle East around 1200 BC. It is based on the belief in one God, and the adherence to religious laws and traditions as expressed in the Torah, the holy book of the Jewish people. The Torah contains the 5 books of Moses, which include the 10 Commandments, as well as other laws and teachings that form the foundation of Jewish belief and practice. There are so many religions, let's complete the remaining 2, so from now it is year 1 according to Christian calendar. Number 11. Christianity, Roman Empire, around 0 AD. Christianity is a religion that emerged in the 1st century AD, with the life and teachings of Jesus of Nazareth as its central focus. According to tradition, Jesus was born around 4 BC and was crucified by the Roman authorities in the early 30s AD, which is considered as the beginning of Christianity as a religion. So Christianity is approximately 20 years old. Christianity is believed to have originated in the region of Palestine, specifically in the area around Jerusalem, during the 1st century AD. According to the New Testament, Jesus of Nazareth, also known as Jesus Christ, began his public ministry in this area, which was a part of the Roman Empire at the time. He attracted a significant following of people who believed that he was the Messiah, and after his death, his followers continued to spread his message, leading to the formation of the Christian faith. The early Christian church was mostly made up of Jewish converts, but it quickly spread to other parts of the Roman Empire, such as Syria, Asia Minor, and Egypt. So experience of God's presence through contemplative practices such as meditation and prayer. Number 12. Islam, Arabian Peninsula, around 610 AD. Allah is the Arabic word for God and is used by Muslims to refer to the supreme being and creator of the universe. Muslims believe that Allah is the one and only God, and that He is the creator and sustainer of all things. He is merciful, compassionate and just. Muslims believe that Allah is eternal, all-powerful, and all-knowing, and that He is the source of all guidance and salvation. The belief in one God, Allah, is the foundation of Islamic faith and practice. Muslims recite the creed "There is no God but Allah and Muhammad is the messenger of Allah" to affirm their belief in Allah. The belief in Allah is the foundation of the 5 pillars of Islam, the fundamental practices of the religion. This just got interesting. So what is average lifespan of religion? Well, it is difficult to give an average number of years for how long a religion lasts because it can vary greatly depending on the religion, the cultural and historical context in which it emerges, and various other factors. Some religions have lasted for thousands of years and continue to be practiced today, while others have died out relatively quickly. For example, some of the oldest continuously practiced religions in the world are Hinduism and Judaism, which have existed for over 3,000 years. On the other hand, some religions that have appeared in recent history like the cargo cults, which were religious movements that emerged in Melanesia in the late 19th and early 20th century, and they have mostly died out or transformed into other religious movements. On the other hand, religions that have a weaker following or less organization tend to have a shorter lifespan. If so, then prehistoric humans' religion is animism, and currently practicing polytheistic and monotheistic religions, what we practice in 5,000 years from now. It is impossible to predict with certainty what religion or belief systems will be practiced 5,000 years from now. Any factors such as technological advancements, cultural developments, and global events can greatly influence the evolution of religion and spirituality over time. However, some experts in the field of religion and spirituality suggest that as society becomes more globalized and interconnected, there may be a growing trend towards more syncretic and eclectic forms of spirituality that incorporate elements from various religious and spiritual traditions. Some also suggest that as technology continues to advance, virtual and augmented reality may play a larger role in religious and spiritual experiences. So what I concluded here. Today, many people still practice polytheistic religions, such as Hinduism, which has many gods and goddesses, and Shintoism, which has a complex pantheon of deities. But there are also many people who practice monotheistic religions, such as Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And, of course, there are those who practice no religion at all. Regardless of which religion is the oldest, they all share one thing in common. They have been a part of human life for thousands of years, shaping our culture, society, and beliefs. Make sure to subscribe on more interesting videos. Thanks for watching.